From inside the Stay Plugged In studios here in Charlotte, North Carolina, my name is Bearlight, and welcome to the showcase for Valorant here at the Stay Plugged In offices. Alongside me is Beza. Beza, how are you doing tonight, my man?
I'm living the dream. I'm excited for some good Valorant tonight.
It's going to be incredibly exciting to see multiple games. We're going SPINzone style, as you can see right above us. SPINzone. What does that mean? That means we're going to be hopping around to different games throughout the nights, checking in on certain players throughout this entirety of the event. Should be incredibly exciting to keep an eye on the seniors playing here tonight, because here at Stay Plugged In, if you don't already know, if you're brand new to Stay Plugged In, we do run high school student events and tournaments in the future as well, where you can come and showcase your talent to colleges around the nation. Recruiters will be in here as well, checking out these players, how they play, how they communicate as well is something that's pretty unique to us too. So Stay Plugged In is all about that. So we'll see a bunch of students in action here tonight, and with Valorant, we'll be bouncing a little bit back and forth. But let's talk about the game at hand, which is Valorant in general. Baze, I know you play a little bit and have dabbled into the game before. So what do you expect to see? What are some strategies going in on attacker versus defense side here?
So the cool thing about Valorant, I'm not sure how many people are too familiar with it. It's a newer game, came out, I believe, June or July. So just this past summer, I know a lot of people from CSGO kind of came over. So it's kind of one of those type of shooters, first-person shooters. But this one, they kind of installed the tactical abilities. People have utilities they can use, whether that be Phoenix with the flashes or Cypher with his camera. It's just a really cool, all-inclusive type of game. We can really show your point-and-click type skills with the shooting, but also the brain skills with, those special plays, the utilities. So when it comes to tactics, you really want to watch for those players that are using the utilities correctly. Another thing with Valorant is there's econ, so you do have to pay for those utilities and pay for guns. So who's going to make the right decision to spend their money on the utility that wins them the match?
Exactly right, which comes in, it creates a bunch of strategies on its own, including anti-intel, because we have a bunch of, like you mentioned, players with drones and are able to kind of scout the map and see where the players are across the map. So who is your go-to if you were to pick an agent? What would be your agent to try to kind of counteract an intel attack? Or defense, for that matter.
Yeah, so the cool thing about all the intel attackers is you can, specifically, there we go, with Cypher, he's someone with a camera, so you can actually just shoot down that camera whenever he does show it. Same with people like Killjoy, she can set up a bot that can kind of keep a corner for you. You can maybe watch a different entrance. If that bot goes off, someone's coming through in that corner, but to counter it, all you really need to do is shoot that bot. Sure, it may give away the location, but now you can kind of have an entrance point and kind of have a little bit of an advantage now that bot's gone. So really anyone can counter these intel type of characters, these intel type of agents. But the cool thing is once you, as an intel agent, have that idea of where they are, you've done your job as the intel agent.
Yeah, okay, awesome. And another way to fine-tune your gameplay, because we have talent ranging from gold all the way up to immortal and radiance, the top two levels in Valorant as well, which is insane to see. But one of the ways that you get fine-tune your gameplay is going to be Aim Lab. Aim Lab has sponsored us tonight, and the cool thing about Aim Lab is you jump in, and depending on your style of FPS, you're able to fine-tune those skills. It gives you some targets to work on, practice. It's all about not only the actual accuracy, but also the timing of shots, and it's really helpful. Go ahead and type in !Aim Lab, that's AIMLAB, to check out what Aim Lab is all about, and go to the website and check that out. So we're also going to move you into the first game here in just a second, in just about a minute or so. We also would like you to check out our website as well. We've been working hard on that over overtime on it, I would imagine, to bring that to a place where it's really such a good place to connect for both students and colleges alike, where they can connect. So we obviously are the recruitment league, right? So that's what we're all about here, is the recruiting. And you can check out eSpin, that's ESPIN.GG. And you can go there and check out the website on espin.gg/events to check out what events we have going on here at Stay Plugged In. So we're gonna move you into the first game now. It's Black Widow versus Thor going on right now, and let's check out the lineup between these two teams, Beza, and kind of see what it is that we're looking at here. So we can see right here we jumped in, and Black Widow is gonna take that round. So we'll get a fresh round here for you. They're already up 2 in this one. So with Black Widow, we have a couple of seniors here. We have Marrow, and it looks like Daniel's cow. So those are the two. They're actually across the map from one another. Oh, actually, those are 2 are from Black Widow, and then on Thor, who's the senior here for the Thor team here?
It actually looks like we have Nightmare. Nightmare is someone I've actually had the chance to speak to, and he's a great kid. He's actually as good as he is in the game. He's as good outside of the game. You know, whether it be extracurriculars, you know, his communication skills. He's one of those kids where I hopped in the call, and immediately he was asking me questions about how he can get better, what can he do to get in touch with colleges, and what's the next step. So he's good skills inside the game and outside the game.
That's good to hear. And since as well, we can't leave out the college transfer as well. We're sometimes looking to move, and you can get those skills no matter if you've been in college. Even if you've graduated from college, you can get scholarships to come back in to college as well and have a majority of it paid out. So that's always good to see. So we hop into the action here, where of course we have Thor on attack, and it looks like they're gonna go and push mid here.
So we have a mid push here. Looking at a heavy B presence from this Thor side. So we got a pick mid. We need there's another pick mid. Let's see what happens. It looks like the defense has a strong. I believe that was the op. Looks like we have. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Look, he's trying to take mid. Picked up the other Vandal. Let's see what happens here.
Last player standing.
Oh, and he's gonna get on the flank. So it looks like we got this is a 2v1 right here. Yeah, let's see what happens here. Looks like he has them both mid.
30 seconds left.
Cypher for both a breach in there as well for Team Black Widow. It's a little bit of a peek. Good job to take out that drone as well, or take out that camera too, and get it back off knowing where they are now. A chance, and it's going to be Mookie able to take out Thunder for that win here for Black Widow, and their win streak here in the rounds continues here, Beza.
Yeah, and the problem with that is when you string three wins together, the problem with the opposing team is that econ. Now you can pull by, you have your guns. Now you can see on the screen right now, it looks like the other team's light buying, so you got a Bucky in there, and looks like we're gonna have a light buy here versus a full buy. It's a very hard, very hard difference to take advantage of.
Yeah, it's kind of tough when you do those first rounds, because you have to get creative with your lineup that you bring in weapon-wise, because you do get that money for winning rounds and also getting kills as well. So if you're losing rounds like that, sometimes it can happen. A bit of a peek here. Akamai not able to get to it. And they continue to hold on site here. A quick push to A here for this Thor side.
And sometimes when you light buy, that's really all you can do, because if you give a chance, give a team a chance to rotate, you know, and you have their guns, it's all. We got a pick out of heaven. They're holding this site pretty well for their low buy.
Yeah, and Sizz has been a big part, 2 kills, and it's you know, just in generally in FPS, whenever you have the high ground, typically you have the advantage. Not when Sizz is on the ground. He's been outstanding
right now.
Good job from him picking him up, even though he was down low. And another one, this one from Nightmare, the senior on Maris. And they're able to take the round with ease there. Thor making it look like they weren't struggling for the first 3 rounds. It looks like that econ hurt didn't really hurt them as much as we thought.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, it looks like they were able to get the win out of a light buy, which is pretty impressive, and that's a huge win, because now they get econ, and now they have guns, because usually, you know, if you win a light round, you can go pick up those nice guns from the other team. You can go into the next round with the nice gun and not even have to use any econ unless you buy some shields. That's a huge round win for Thor right there.
That was giants, to say the least. And all these players are immortal or above here. 2 Radiant players as well, it matters. So, it's good stuff. So, this round here, Thor. And they took a more direct approach in the last round here. They're still pushing pretty hard here. But at the same time, it looks like they're a little bit more patient than they were round before.
Yeah, that's what they really want to do. Can't with all that smoke, because, you know, one advantage it gives a team that smoke is your gun's going to poke out first, and they can be ready for your head to appear next. Second that head appears, boom, like you don't even have a chance to respond. Looks like they might be pulling back here a little bit.
Yeah, the Omen used that smoke very wisely there to keep them keep the attack at bay. The thing for them though is that they're actually down. Cypher went down early in the round, so now it's going to be Thor with the advantage, at least number-wise right now, as
they transition from this B push to it looks like a mid push up to Heaven on B. Maybe try to take control of Heaven and rotate back down. Let's see who's going to get a It's hard to take an op right there.
Pack of mine.
Trade. Oh, he's using his ult. Let's see, Marus has his ult out. Let's see what he can do here. He got 2 right there. I think he got 3 actually. Oh, he just
One
missed
enemy
the head
remaining.
there.
Morales was doing so good with that ult as well. A great job to take out the picks that he did,
player
but the
standing.
aim wasn't there right now.
Thrifty.
It's going to be Fonder that gets it as well. Thrifty is going to take care of business here. Or sorry, it was rather
Thrifty round.
it's a thrifty round indeed. So get my words backwards here, but we jump you into the next one. Ant-Man facing off with Hulk, as I will try not to embarrass myself for the rest of the stream.
Let's see. So it looks like we're gonna play this one on Ascent. Let's see if we can try to figure out what the tactic is here. Looks like the defense thinks it might be a B push, but it looks like they maybe had a call out, rotate A. Looks like they all were heading that way. So let's see what the plan on attack is here.
Yeah, the defense definitely read this very well. That the push was coming here from Hulk, as Jet's holding on to the bomb for now. Just the defense seems to be all over this right now. Echo able to pull one. We talked about Echo a bunch here in the last showcase, and here we are talking about it again. A great job to get a kill there. And it picks up another one actually to win the round 2, so attackers are winning.
Yeah, looks like we had a great play right there. Looks like he was trying to hold trees. They pushed through trees pretty heavily, but then the pick started flying. Looks like there's nothing they could really do there. But we have a tight one here, 2-3. In my opinion, I'd say Ascent is a very defender-sided map. Obviously, there's varying opinions. Obviously, also depending on the characters or agents you choose. But I'd say they have a pretty good chance if you keep the scoreline even when you're on the attacking team. You have a pretty good shot at winning. But obviously, it comes down to
Revealing area.
how you take care of business.
I have the spike.
agents.
Absolutely. In this matchup as well, we got, again, Hulk facing off with Ant-Man. We have Nico, who's committed to a college already, 2021, graduate coming up, and Striker as well here for Team Hulk. And then for Ant-Man, it's actually going to be all underclassmen. Only one junior here, and that's Call Me Ben, who's been very active in the community.
Yep, and actually looks like we're going to hop into another game. We're going to Hawkeye and Storm. They're also playing on the
player
Don't be
standing.
confused with that first matchup.
Spot
It's actually a
planted.
different match, just playing on the same map. But yeah, kind of going back, I'm going to mention a name from the last Nico. He's actually be coming to our SPINzone event. If you don't know about that, lands are back. So we will be bringing him. He'll be along with going to Shenandoah University to show some top talent in front of coaches, in front of college recruiters. They're going to get a chance to sit there and actually listen in on the comms, see how they play under pressure, which is very excited, to see how that land goes.
For sure, SPINzone should be a lot of fun, of course, at Shenandoah University in Virginia, so it should be incredibly awesome to see. And if you want to see more action tonight, you can type in ! schedule into the chat and pull up exactly where each game is located, so you can check out the matchup that you actually want to see, which is the cool part about SPINzone here tonight.
And I know we did mention that SPINzone. That is open registration. If anyone is interested in going to one of these LAN events, you may use your first LAN. I know it will be mine. I'm super excited to go, even as a spectator. I'll be working there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But if you want to get in front of a college recruiter in the LAN atmosphere and really show them what you can do in person, definitely get signed up and you can meet some of the guys here. And I know it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited. I couldn't imagine what it'd be like to be a player. Wish I had that when I was younger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's 100%. It's so cool. Planting the spike right now. And it'll be a numbers advantage here for Hawkeye, as Symbiotic wants to walk by that wall here, so trying to get through it here as they continue to try to press to get to this spike, but it's going to be difficult because they have them pinned exactly where they want to be here now.
Sage is a crucial character in that team. If you aren't too familiar with Valorant,
player standing.
so she can help build her team. And the wall you saw was one of her abilities as well. Looks like the wall did not hold up because it looks like we're going to have a Hawkeye diffuse here, which is really awesome. I know that good hold on the site right there, but they're able to push through that wall and push it in all together and kind of take over. Looks like we're going to hop into another match.
Yeah, we bring you in to Spider-Man facing off with Venom right now, and Venom on the attack for this one. It's in the buy-in phase right now, so we'll check in, bring you into the action here for this next round. Venom up 2-0 in this one as well. Venom made up of Crumply Rhino, Luca, Theft, Sludgy, and Heat Dragon, I believe. And then you can go over the Spider-Man roster as well for us, Pizza.
Oh, so we have Arcade Alex, the God Osiris, Grandma's Pickles. I do like that name. Croissant and Mischievous. Now this team has some solid names.
It's definitely the case here. Seniors in this one is Luca from Team Venom. Otherwise, you're looking at a bunch of underclassmen who their ranks range here from silver all the way to platinum. So a little bit of a range in this matchup. Silver, of course, is the lower levels, but that's underclassmen, so they have plenty of time to develop their gameplay here.
And I like the use of that breach by Arcade Alex. Just looks like he wasn't able to get the shot off. I think he actually got picked while blind, so I think that might have a little bit of luck. I do like that play.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh. So we had Jet Grandma's Pickles, actually. I'll continue to call Jet Grandma's Pickles because I do like that name. Try to hold down sight
Last player
here.
standing.
Let's see what's gonna happen. We got a 1v1 Sage and Jet. Grandma's Pickles and
30
Yikes
seconds
0x.
left.
Let's see. He doesn't know he's behind that box. Jump is gonna know. Oh, and there he gets hit by Grandma's Pickles. Great play, Grandma. So let's see. This is a closer match, and not to be confused again with some of the other matches. Looks like we might just have 3 that are playing on split 3 different matches. This is actually our first time viewing this match in particular. But looks like we have another close one, 2-1.
Yeah, and Spider-Man able to get one back here on Venom as they are in the buying phase again. We'll see Venom try to push with the spike. It looks like their Phoenix is going to grab the spike to begin things off. Of course, made up of the Sage as well as their support too. We saw how effective that wall can be used correctly. We'll see if they can do that. As they will look to make a push here on B, but it seems to be well covered here as Spider-Man in the right places and covering all the right angles here as they kind of feel it coming, and that Omen has been huge when it comes to smoking out. It's so hard to get through when you have that smoke up. In fact, they're able to take 1 pick because of it.
Arcade Alex returns the favor from last round. He got shot while the opposing team was blind, and he just shot through the smoke. So he's going to return the favor. It does look like, last I saw, we did have a Reyna lurk. Looks that Reyna actually may have got, no, the Reyna is actually still going. She's lurking over towards A site. Maybe they're going to do this, here comes the rotation, maybe through mid. Reyna thinks she might have sight. Maybe she does stop that Omen down there. But yeah, here's the Omen down there. So Reyna kind of lurked just a little bit just to see how many people do we have on A site. Maybe we can get a quick rotation. It looks like they are going to rotate up through ropes and into heaven.
And now it'll be that should have been an interaction, but Sludgy's gonna go down instead. But now the Sage right on and able to get them taken care of. Sludgy's goes down from Mischievous. And now Res here from Sage though, but then right back down. A couple of kills there for Mischievous. He's been going to work.
Sage just got caught in a predicament there. Maybe wanted to use that res as a bait, but she got taken out before the res even came through. So that's a quick.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, there's
Last player standing.
1v1 here. They now know where each other are.
Joke's
Let's see
over.
what happens.
You're
Oh,
dead.
right back. He uses ult. It's a great ult usage right there by Crumply Rhino. So, you know, for those of you who aren't aware, that run it back pretty much gives you an extra life. Use that utility, you get to take your body outside of where you are, run around for a little bit. You can kill enemies, but once they kill you, you kind of respawn at that site where you took off from. So that was a great ult usage right there.
With the health as well, by the way, so
Yep.
that's definitely huge. And you have to, with ults, the most important thing is the timing of usage, because they're super useful. But again, if you're Sage and you're rezzing in a gunfight, not the right idea, right? Because you could instantly just die along with the person that you're rezzing, and then your ult's gone.
Exactly.
You have to time your ult correctly. That was well timed. 1v1 situation, I don't think you kind of have to judge as a player. Is this the right time to use it? Am I going to find a better time? If not, you use it, and it was effective there. That was a great job.
And it looks like the Spider-Man side on defense got a quick peek through that jiggle. They did a little jiggle move there on B side, just see if they had anyone pushing, and it looks like they did get eyes on a B site push. So it looks like we're going to shift the push here. So they're going back to smoke through heaven.
And trying to peek. Yeah, knew that they went across. They're going ropes now, and there, sure enough, there's a Sage. good recognition, because although it looked like they did not, I don't think Heat Dragon really saw what was developing, or that the fact that they crossed, but just knowing the wall was up was enough for them to commit there, and a good job. Oh, no recognition. So Mischievous, just one of the easiest kills they'll deal with, but then gets traded off as Heat Dragon comes through and takes out the hot Mischievous, and we'll win the round here for Venom.
So they actually had no idea that Omen was sitting on site. Let's hop into another one real quick. What do we have going on here? We're gonna have Wolverine and Iron Man. Sorry, another split map. I believe this is the 4th split map we have going on right now. This is another new match, but it looks like we're playing on split again, so not to be too confusing. This is a new match. I don't believe we've actually viewed this one yet. But looks like Iron Man has a command and lead right now.
They do, and split is one of those maps that's relatively on the small side, although there's a couple maps that are a little bit smaller. The most important thing about these small maps is definitely mid control. So obviously you want to make a push one way or another as attackers. However, you can use that mid to try to take out defenders or attackers, either way you're looking at it. It's so important to control the mid here. That's why you see they'll push through.
Take a little peek heaven, see anyone? No, looks like we're good. Maybe a rotation to A. Looks like heaven actually is some strong defense. Oh, they got the pick in heaven.
Get out of my way!
May have eyes on someone in ramp. Looks like she jet pulled out the wall there. Quick wall by Sage to block off heaven.
And that was
Shot
nice. Have to have a third there. Yo, we're gonna put that down. Solid flick from Koziak. You can tell the ranks here are Immortal and Radiant from this play alone. Wolverine a little bit on the disadvantage here for being Diamond, but as far as what we've seen so far, I mean, they're hanging a little bit. Obviously, the score would say otherwise, but I mean, I feel like they're doing a good job to hang here, especially
30
in this round
seconds
here.
left.
Yep, and it actually looks like Iron Man here, Koziak, and I can't see what the Killjoy's name is right now, but it looks like they were aware that both defenders were on B site, or on A site, sorry, so there's gonna be a quick rotation over to A, and there you go, like, there's your plant, actually B side, sorry, I did have it right. So they were on A, now they're gonna rotate back over to B, unless they got a quick plant there.
It looks like Wolverine a little bit slower on the rotations here to try to get in, but they have plenty of time nonetheless. Don't get me wrong. They'll try to push in, and the attackers become the defense now. Koziak's very comfortable in this corner, likes this angle. I'm a big fan of it.
And they had so much time there. That was great recognition to realize both the defenders were on A site. So you can get a quick rotation to B. Here,
One enemy remaining.
Great play.
Last player standing.
Oh wow! Killjoy did get the great play, the double.
Kerr is able to get that double to finish off the job, and Iron Man takes yet another one. So we'll move you into the next one. It is now Ant-Man facing off with Hulk.
And we're gonna get a different map, back to Ascent. This would be let's see what the score is here. 6-4, we got a tight one here, actually. See, we got a 2v3 real quick. Let's see what the plan is. Looks like Spike is down on A, actually. Let's see if they can. Looks like it's pretty late into that plant. Looks like this Omen's gonna run away. Get a save real quick. 0-2 taken out by the Spike.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to pick your battles right and kind of back out to keep that econ. So kind of shocked to see them go down with that Spike, but it's a little bit closer. Ant-Man facing off with Hulk is definitely a solid matchup. A little bit more even on the playing field. Again, this is the one that's silver through diamond level, actually. As Sir what is it?
Right
Sabar. Sorry, there's so many names you have to keep up with as an admin here. So, but nonetheless, they are Diamond. The rest here, mostly underclassmen. This is Nico's that's on this team too, and another senior striker we talked about a little bit earlier.
Yep. I'm excited to see this match. We have a pretty decently close one. Like I said, I believe this is a defender-sided map. If you're able to keep it close as an attacker, which I would say this is pretty close, especially if you get this 5th round. I think you're in pretty good shape for the next couple rounds.
Oni-chan with a great job to get a double kill here now. That'll give and set up Ant-Man so well here on the defense. It's going to be tough to try to break through here on B, but they'll continue to try to do it.
We got a pick right out of the boathouse. Let's see what happens here.
Omen left. Narwhal realizing that they're one of the 2 left. They also have the Reyna left as well on the attack here. Reyna's got the Spike too. Plenty of time, so no rush here. It's just you're at a disadvantage, so almost you want to play it more patiently and kind of pick your chances to strike when you're outnumbered.
And this is actually the last round of the half, so as you know, the defending team especially being down. There's not much to lose. You gotta push in. There's no safety. Defenders who get
Switching sides.
So great job before the half to pick up at least one more, and we will move you into the next one as well, as it will be Hawkeye facing off with Storm back into this one. A 6-3 lead for Hawkeye, and with a minute 17 here, no spike down here. Looks like the Sage for Team Storm here. We realize that the name of the team is covering that one little spot each one does, but that might be the next time. But Sage with the spike right now, following along at home.
So this was a delayed B push here.
You will not kill my ally.
Spike going down, and there's the ult. The spike down, throws you on the ult. Will detain you if you stay in a certain area. Make sure your character unable to move for about 7 or 8 seconds. I'm not sure the exact duration, but it is a very good ult to use on site because it makes the defender or attack team have to clear off site.
And it'll be the Phoenix
One enemy remaining.
a couple of times back and forth between the two, but they'll defuse that one easily. It'll be Hawkeye to pick up the rounds.
Yeah, and that was a great team play there. They knew they had the site. Let's get the defuse down while everyone else who's not defusing guard me, play protection on me, and they performed it really well.
No doubt about it here, as I've really liked the play from Symbiotic as well. He's been really effective. A senior as well, by the way. And if you do want to check out this matchup, if we move away from it and you want to keep track of the Hawkeye and Storm matchup, you can always check it out at twitch.tv/IntelSpin09, or you can pull up ! schedule to check out which matchup is where and kind of hop around and see which matchup you want to follow along with.
Yep. So if you may not be, interested in following along with a bunch of matches at one time, you can, easily pull up that schedule. If you don't watch a specific match, you can watch it at the links provided. Hop in there, match, no interruptions, and no hopping back and forth.
Job from Vizsla has been so good right now as far as holding off on those angles and just being effective with the patience on the defense. Sometimes it's very nice. A good pick from Dawn as well.
Down the up.
Well played, as now we having his Dawn trying to take a peek, knowing and feeling and sensing that they're there, but couldn't do much about it because Vizsla now following up as a teammate. Luckily for Dawn, they had somebody there, but they're not able to track him down. Looks like Vizsla got away alive on this one.
One enemy remaining.
There, ooh, that's a great trade. That Rignor, right? Yeah, it's a great trade up there in heaven.
That's left with just the Sage, so she's going to try to quick plant here, but it's taken away. A great job in recognition, and it looks like the defenders in this round, it's Hawkeye with the
Last round
advantage.
in the half.
We're gonna hop into another match here, so we're going to go to Loki and Thanos on another match in Split. We got a 2-2 match here. This is another close one. Which looks like right here we have Spike down on B. Oh, and that Jet really stood no choice there, or stood no chance against 4. And the ult was already out, so there's not really a point to saving.
No doubt about it. So with this matchup, I'm incredibly excited, and here's why. Before this broadcast was made, the teams were made. So figuring or assuming that these are still the exact rosters. Actually, we pulled it up perfectly. Takio is one of the players that I've had my eye on for a while now. He is absolutely outstanding. Lucalify as well. Lucalify is senior in this matchup here, Besa, and has a big task to take out Takio because he's been really good. So keep an eye on Lucalify, this senior for Team Loki, because that's going to be a big test for him tonight. Yeah, and if he can handle that, he can probably handle just about anything he sees, to be honest. And
the cool thing is, actually, the seniors in this match, so we got Boom, Blitz, and Localify there on different teams, but I've actually had a chance to talk to all 3. All 3 of them kind of similar attributes to what I said earlier. They're one of those type of kids where they're really good in the game, but once you start talking to them, you can kind of tell immediately why they're good at the game. It's those communication skills. They're communicating not well just with me, but their teammates, and just the way they can talk through things and explain things. And I've seen them even in match and the way they remain calm. And for that age, I know back then I was rage quitting. I don't know how they keep their composure.
It's tough. And you have to find a balance, right? Because you want to be passionate about it. I feel like I had the exact opposite problem where I would go down and I would be like, oh, well,
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you want to see a little bit of drive, a
Yep.
good balance though, but to keep a cool head is super important. You're absolutely right. So we'll see what Localify can do right now as you see them from their perspective. Has some eyes on one, knowing that somebody is mid, but just not knowing exactly where or when they're going to strike, but still having that knowledge gives you the advantage, because right when they peek, you're able to take them out. Ooh, what a pick. A quick flick there from Takagi, and now Random gets one on Blitz as well. Takagi, another one, this one on Random. So Takagi going to work now, and will work their way back out. Now we follow Tiger. Gonna plant this one, but right on it is going to be Redo. And now a battle ensues, and Redo wins this one, and it'll be Loki coming away and tying this one up.
And actually, the timer expired there. So the time was up, and that was actually the reason they won. But you did see they got the kill afterwards. So it's a great pick right there. And now they're going to be low on econ. They're all dead.
Nicely done. Redo doing work right now, 10-4. Localify obviously handling it pretty well because 6-4 right now. Boom at a 4-4, and then Takio, of course, up top as we give Takio a lot of attention, and it's well deserved. But he's just a fragger at his roots, right?
Yep.
That's what he does best. So he's always going to get those kills. Not always the most important thing, right? Obviously, there's other roles that are filled, like you said, support with Sage and also Intel too, very and breaching too. Two different roles that you don't always have to be the top fragger if you have some support for your teammates.
And I know Takio, I think I maybe name dropped in our last cast with him, but he's one of those aim lab type of kids. You know, he's grinding before the match, he's grinding after the match, and it's showing. You know, so I do suggest anyone who is watching, and I can make a plug myself. I started playing. I may not be the best Valorant player, but I immediately jumped a whole rank. So not to harp on me a little bit from bronze one, not the best, but back up in silver now, and I'm gonna think it's aim lab. So definitely go check it out.
Yeah, exclamation point AimLab, AIMLAV in the chat right now to check it out. If you played FPSs, you're probably familiar with AimLab. So we appreciate the support from them, of course, as always, and definitely just a good place to be if you want to fine-tune your skills. Now it's going to be Wannabe around the corner where Sage is waiting. What? He still got the pick on Tiger when he shouldn't have. There's no way, but he is able to pull it off. That's composure.
Yeah, he ran out there with the knife, just swinging that thing, quick flick to the head. Like, it's nobody's business. He's out there balling, having a good time, and you can just tell by the way he's swinging that knife.
I love it. Swinging around, defenders when Loki gets another one. And that's 2 rounds in a row as they are working their momentum back into their favor. We saw Blitz with a pick there earlier in the round too, so doing everything right. You talked about Boom and Blitz, the way that they team up in practice on a regular basis, and for Localify, you can imagine the same thing. I mean, you don't get to even Diamond at that rate, right? Most players in here are Immortal or Radiant as well, but to keep up and to be in the admin's eyes, good enough to be joining these players and then having yourself a positive game, 6-4 for Localify, even though you're outclassed in a rank sense, that doesn't say anything. Your work ethic is going to be huge here no matter what.
And what it does prove is obviously he has the communication skills. If he's able to, maybe it's, for communication, it's not even you're talking. You're understanding what your teammates are saying. If they have a call out and you understand what they're really calling out and where they want you, I mean, you play that team role. Communication skills is both on the speaking side and the listening side. So obviously, if you're playing above your rank and you're still performing with the guys above your rank, there's something with the communication skills that's really sticking out.
No doubt. Blitz got a pick in this one as well. And now just kind of being patient with it. I like it. You've dropped a couple of rounds here if you're Blitz, so you're just trying to play patiently. Obviously, you don't want to wait too terribly long. Redo with another pick, that one on Boom. And Blitz had a pick earlier as well. Takio gets outdone by Redo's been huge, and Blitz gets one back. It's Wannabe through the smoke.
There's a one tap right to the dome.
Well played, but Blitz gets taken out. But
That's
of course,
an ace.
it's
Redo with the ace.
He gets it done, takes care of business. And that was a relatively, don't get me wrong, okay? It was an amazing ace, but it was a little bit quiet. Like, he just went to work.
Kind of snuck up on me a little bit.
That's perseverance, one after another, just like, okay, Redo's been insane right now. He's definitely been the one to watch in this one. When typically, when Takio is in this, Localify, Boom, Blitz, all these players are in the lobby, and you're gonna get an ace?
Yeah.
Redo, do yourself some work. This is a sophomore, by the way, putting in the effort.
Still got some time to get even better by the time he's going to school. So we're going to hop into another match here. Black Widow versus Thor. Oh, looks like Black Widow's got great control of this match here. 13-6, and it's another split map, obviously. But definitely the scoreline will prove you it's a different match. Let's see what happens here. Actually, wait, I'm a little bit confused. How is it 13-6?
13-6. Can we talk to the admins?
13 is usually the final score. Maybe was there a pause here? That could be what happened. Looks like there might have been a pause.
It was, absolutely. Yep. Sure enough, it was, because now we hop in 136. Good observation. I was confused as you were. Yeah, so I was a little, still not. To be honest. But we move on. More gameplay means more. This is what it's really all about here. It's not necessarily about winning. It's also about showcasing as well. So Black Widow.
It's not winning. Let's just see as much Valorant as we can.
Black Widow with the first 14 round win. We might see it after this one because they do have. Well, now it's to even terms here. So Kilua is able to get one. Amuki with one as well.
Now, if I believe that, I don't know if that was his Cypher cage placement or the other guy's Cypher cage placement, but the way it was floating up there and you could see the legs, I mean, for him, that's a great play. I don't know if it was the other person, if the other Cypher plays that.
Last player standing.
Oh, great
One
play.
enemy remaining.
1v1 now. He's on heaven. Oh, is he doing it?
Oh, we knew it! What a read!
Work.
The anticipation. Rework doesn't need to regain because they got this one. It'll be Black Widow that needs to do just that. But a great pick here, and I guess we continue to play regardless of the 13th square.
Incredible timing. Let's see, man. What are we gonna do? Maybe best fit first 15. Let's see what happens here. But all I know is that timing on that defuse. I don't know how he didn't panic when the guy shooting through the wall. He remained composed, and the second he peeked, he was ready. Boom, headshot, back to defusing. Nobody's business.
Yep, exactly. Like nothing. Like okay.
Out of charges.
Knew that it was coming in heaven. That anticipation was unreal. I mean, realistically, there's only a couple of options of where they could come from, and heaven is definitely a good idea of where they would come from. Because like we were mentioning earlier on the stream as well, typically in FPSs, the higher ground has the advantage. But if you're in that place and you know that that's the case, you can kind of get one step ahead of your opponent, and that's what happened there.
Yeah, and this late in the game, you don't want to see a team light buying. It shows they're struggling a little bit. So maybe light buying is the way to go. Apparently, he can do it against them all.
You know, unfortunately, not the best plays I've ever seen, so maybe just a little bit of a mistake. It happens. That was the best of us. Just Kilua trying to jump in heaven, and we see from the other side of things, Rework is so strong on the last peak, but now we'll have to even more so. Now, Rework is going to stay patient here. And, yeah, it just looks like Black Widow is just taking their time right now. I mean, they already have a win, 13-7 technically, from a technical standpoint. Again, we'll get to the details if we find them, but we play on nonetheless. Rework gets two of them, double kill here. Nicely done, taking out Kilua in the process, who has had quite a few picks. So they're on another one. It's Rework.
The ace is alive here. He's got 3 and there's 2 left.
That's right. But
there's one
enemy remaining.
and their teammates are gonna let him try it. But the thing is, you have to be careful here because you know he's coming. Getting it in.
Let's go, Rework and the defuse.
That is perfection. Ladies and gentlemen, we are watching Rework go to work. It's the ace, it is the defuse, and Rework doing it all here for Team Thor to try to bring it back here.
Yeah, and I do hope we kind of get an explanation of what is going on with the rounds. I think it must have been a pause because these clutches by Rework have been, if it is a game point, there's maybe a one round kind of that was taken as a forfeit. We'll go to the next round. Maybe they're playing at 14, we're not exactly sure, but either way, he's clutching it in 2 rounds that are super important late in the match. The defuse clutch is 1, and then he's going to go get an ace and defuse. I mean, it doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, that's incredible work, and we already know the level of skill that's across the map too. It's quite the play to pull off an ace and then get the defuse. That's about as clutch as it comes. It really is. We continue to watch and cover the Black Widow facing off with Thor here. The round has begun, and now a couple of trades here. Exactly as well. And we work into the zone right now. It makes the plant there. I'm gonna go to the other side to get it instead. So now inside of that one. Here's Kilua. Big one, Sins. Able to get 1-2 on Kilua. So a couple of trades now. It's down to the raise here for Thor, and she's gonna have to go to work here.
Yes, we got a 2v1 here. This looks like Spike is actually down right now. Let's see what the play is here. Slow push. Off your feet! Where right behind.
They get it all, could not quite get themselves in time. The Reach was able to get that stun and hop out and get the kill. So great job to be patient and use your abilities on your favor. Great job, and they're able to get the win here.
And it looks like they have won round 14.
Nice.
So maybe we are going to 15. Maybe it's just here to show as much Valorant as we can, like I said a little bit earlier. But yeah, this is definitely a fun match to watch. I can see why they wanted to go a little bit longer. Makes sense.
Exactly. The way it's been played has been outstanding. So we
work
continue
at
to watch these
31 and 19. You know, just the last 3 rounds we've watched. I'm not surprised with that count.
Out of my
Yeah,
way.
no kidding. He's definitely had his share of good moments here on stream, so definitely much appreciated of the fact that we're past round 13 now. So now it'll be Black Widow with the spike here. Quickly the jet jumping in, and they get through. Definitely have a large presence coming into the zone itself, and just about everybody at A, only one right now, but it's a little bit too late. It seems like the attacker is going to try to make it work, but then again, there's spawner on the other side. Triple kill on their Cyber, finally taken out by Killua before it happens, but the defender's going to win the round nonetheless, because guess who? It's Rework yet again with another one.
I'm not going to be surprised anytime he finishes off a match like that. I mean, their last kill of the match, probably the most important kill of the match. It's who's their Rework.
Man, oh man. Oh. Now 14-9. As Thor tries to worry Rework back in. A great job from both sides right now. Thor trying to kind of take it round by round really, and it's been really effective for them. So we'll see if they can continue that to try to draw things even.
Yeah, so it actually looks like we're just gonna. Maybe we were looking to use that as a captain, but it looks like actually for the matches we're gonna be playing them scrim style, so we can give each team a chance to have their 12 rounds on a single side. We're going to be going to 24 rounds. So obviously the best of 24 is gonna be the winner.
And you know what? I like that. Yeah, that's a really good way. It definitely clears things up for us. So we apologize for that in advance. But now, going down, spike down, and waiting for it. You can tell the Breach loading up on this one. Looks like, and it's taken out nonetheless. Here's Spawner again, doing a little bit of work. Rework able to get through as well. So now they will be able to defuse this without any kind of work, or with any kind of struggle here. And it'll be around to Thor. And the reason why we do like this style as well is that sometimes, like you said, like on Aspect, it's a very heavy map, or like it favors the defense in a little bit of a way, right? At least in our minds it does. So to have the ability to go both ways. So if you start off on attack, it's not just over before you blink.
I know, so it looks like when we did hop in that match, it looks like whichever team that was up 13 with 13 to whatever the score was, looks like they actually had the win technically secured, as you are doing best of 24. But yeah, I mean, when we hopped in, Rework went to work, and look what they had if it were to go on to 30 rounds, looks like they could have had a comeback there.
Yeah. We'll see how many people can reach that 40 mark. It's difficult during the standard rules. Maybe they can do that here. So 14-7 here. As Iron Man is definitely going to be advantage of these rounds. And again, we see now Emerald just kind of chilling here on the attacker. Will get the plant off now. And they seem to be in a pretty good spot too, as now backtracking forward as Iron Man, as they have just heard the spike begin. Start to rotate their way over.
Yeah, that was a very heavy B push. I hope someone's watching the flank. I believe we did have someone.
Last player standing.
Here is that flank play. We did have someone watching the flank. So that's going to be GG Nugget.
Nice.
Some crazy names out here.
This is some interesting ones indeed. We looked at this matchup before this even began, this Wolverine versus Iron Man, and Wolverine looks completely outmatched when it comes to rank-wise. Look at the score base. Not that terribly spread. Right? Pretty close round, so props, as we saw Ebenator with a good kill in there as well. A couple of transfers on this team. Emerald, which got a few kills in there, and Who is also a transfer.
Who is it?
Who is it? Oh, his name's Who.
Did he let the dogs out?
Who?
Who let the dogs out?
That is enough from you, Besa. We will continue to move on and watch Iron Man as well, where Premzy is the senior, the lone senior for our team Iron Man. Rip,
I know exactly
Koziaks
where.
and Recurrence, the three transfers for Iron Man.
Yeah, man, this makes me wish I was back in college, because if I had a chance, I could still go back to school. But
One enemy remaining.
it's just crazy to see where esports is going. That, just for example, we have kids in our league getting crazy scholarship offers, and that's what these kids are all playing for. And the opportunity is there, and we're so excited to see where we go in these next couple of months, years. You know, it's going to be a lot of fun to see where this stuff goes.
It'll definitely do that. And when you were talking about Valorant as well, a relatively brand new game too, do you add that into the mix? And that's always exciting. You know that the next game is going to come out like this summer, right? And then you have a whole different game that you got to learn and adjust to. But like, what kind of things, like what are you looking for in the next game? Is it not take you too far off topic, but like if you were to put together a game here, what do you think would be next? Do you think it's going to be another FPS coming out? Do you think it's going to be a League of Legends style?
Well, I think what I would do as a Rocket League player is maybe Rocket League and do a first-person car shooter. So we'll do car shooting soccer. But to get back on topic, because I can get on we'll go back into the gameplay and not let me be...
I thought we would do a little experiment there, a little thought experiment. Right now, Rip experimenting with that pistol. Great job there. And Koziaks with a great timed res as well. We'll bring Premzy back into play, the senior for Iron Man. Yeah.
So we might have a rotation here. Let's see. Looks like they're probably. Yeah, looks like they're taking Spike over to B. Looks like they kind of were aware. A, all the pressure's over on A. Let's maybe.
On the money.
It looks like they might actually end up with a clean plant over here. Looks like he's pushing on a site right now. That Reyna, I believe. Reyna's putting the plant down. Yeah, that was a smart rotation.
Planted.
You realize, one side's overstacked or one side is coming.
Last player standing.
Team. It's a quick hop, skip, and a jump, and you're over on the other side planning.
Not able to take out Frims as well, so ultimately, although it was, you need a buddy here. Koziak able to get a kill, though, because Koziak got that res on Frims, and then eventually he goes down without a pick, so it didn't look like it worked out. Evanator, the one that plants it, able to get the kill as well, and they will move on to the next matchup here as we go back into Hawkeye versus Storm.
Oh, this is a tight one here. Maybe we will see that 12-12. With this scrim style, I believe there is the opportunity for ties, and obviously a tie is going to show how equally matched these teams are. I'm excited to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, and they are incredibly even here too, as it will be Dawn gets picked off here.
Recalling my bot.
Nicely done by Exotic 2K. Oh, Spike going down, but they're getting some pressure here from Heaven. It's crazy, but he's kind of crazy for trying to think that would work because 3 people checking him out. And not the ideal strategy, though, when you plant the spike is to have all 3 peeking Heaven, but one person's coming there, so he got picked out pretty easily.
Especially when one of them's peeking the top. That is the don't.
One enemy remaining.
Many times I've been yelled at teammates because I think I can peek the op, and you can't peek the op.
I can't peek the op. You know who understands that? Exotic, as he's loading the last kill on the even score yet again, 11-11. It's looking closer and closer, like we're gonna get that 12-12.
Yeah, if we get this 12-12, I might pull out a little dance move. Okay, I'm not actually gonna do that, but 12-12 would be very impressive.
Producer, can we get the camera on Besa, please? If he's gonna do a dance here, I mean,
if they pull 12-12, maybe next stream, maybe next cast, and so that's your incentive to come back next time.
There you go. There you go. Quality content we're bringing you here tonight at the Stay Plugged In Showcase. If you're a college in the chat, we appreciate you being here and checking out the next level of talent coming up into the collegiate age. Thank you again to AIM Labs as well, or AIM Lab rather, ! AIM Lab, AIMLAB, in chat to find out what they're all about too. So Hawkeye and Storm continues to be close here, and again, the seniors to point out, and if you're watching as a college, we have, it'll be Nailed? Is it Nailed? Sorry, my apologies. I want to make sure that we get it right so they get it.
I'm gonna say it's Nolly D.
Nolly D. Nolly D. Perfect. I can't read clearly. The senior to watch here for Hawkeye alongside Symbiotic as well, which we had talked about. And Joe Shizzle for Team Storm. So those are the ones we are keeping an eye on right now as you see run it back from Vizsla.
And obviously this is a tight match, and Nolly B is actually a diamond playing with a ton of immortals. He's playing above what his rank says he's skilled. So how accurate are these ranks? You know, if obviously he's performing with some top caliber teammates. Another thing we said earlier, it must show his communication skills.
Exactly right, and sometimes it's you'll have the ability to adjust, especially with Valorant when it's relatively new. I know the ranking system gotten revamped a couple of times to more accurately show, but you never know when it's relatively new. So, but that being said as well, sometimes when you're lower ranks, it's tough to make the next jump. But when you get to a level where the speed's kind of more comfortable, sometimes you'll see some players kind of lock in and go show what they're all about, and I think that's what he's doing.
So far away, he just couldn't get the kill there. 12-11. I'm rooting for Storm on this round. Sorry, Hawkeye, but I want 12-12.
But Nally D got the kill there. I can't pronounce his name, but listen, a very good Valorant player, as he's able to pull that one off. Nicely done with his shots. And now it's up to Storm. Yeah, it's Hawkeye's game to lose now when you have the game advantage in only one in hand though right now. Only one game advantage.
And Alohi is actually someone many of you may recognize from the top 5. He's the top 5's been putting out. I think he's been in a few of them, maybe if not all of them. I'm not completely sure, but he's definitely named you should recognize from those top 5s. This kid has the plays.
He's got all the plays that we've seen already on stream a couple times. A couple times that we've been in here, we've seen his name come up. So now Hawkeye gonna try to eliminate the chance from Storm to even things up. But remember, even if they win, it'll be one more round after that too. Now, from Don's perspective, maybe not recognizing the danger ahead of him. Or does he? Crazy able to get a pick in the meantime though while we wait for that so anxiously on the edge of our seats here. It's crazy. Again, got one on Nally D. Vizsla returning the favor as Phoenix. Now, good job from Dawn to pick off Vizsla. Now, as Raze chilling with their Omen right now on defense. Raze from Hawkeye holding on to the spike as it looks like they might be pushing A at this point. It will cause this Storm to kind of rotate back to A, but nobody seems to be there as they keep hanging out at mid, and really nothing to do there as they know it's not on B, so they need to rotate quickly.
I'm not sure. It looks like Symbiotic may be having internet issues, or this is a tactic I'm not aware of. Maybe he's listening for footsteps. I'm not sure, but it looks like he may possibly have disconnected, which turns it to a 1v3 trying to defend site. That's going to be a little rough.
Tear it down.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to get in here now.
Last player standing.
It's chilling in the solid coverage there for a second, but we did move on from there. Exotic able to get one turkey. Able to return it as well. And now they need to get in to get the defuse. And
it's 12-12. Come back next week and you'll see me dance.
It picked it up for you, Beza. They wanted to see the dance. If nothing else, we will record him doing so and post it in the Discord, so don't you worry.
Sudden death.
Colleges will do the same in the Charge Discord if you want to check that out. But we move you on to the next round. Nonetheless, it's Loki and Thanos that we're back to here, Beza.
So we have another split map, another close one, another 12-12. I'm gonna cap it at 1 dance move. I'm not gonna do 2, so we'll cap it at 1. But if this happens again, it'll be pretty wild.
Yeah, you'll have to do the same dance move just twice.
Yeah.
So now we see Loki as on the attack here, Thanos on the defense, and again this one we already favors the defense. So we'll keep an eye on how Loki can handle this one. As look to push in the zone with the opposite to Kanji, as we've seen them get a couple of picks here, being very patient. That's the anticipation to me is unreal. Knowing that it's coming at some point, somebody's gonna peek. There's a couple of times, so now you recognize, but they also recognize that they got seen, so now they're gonna back out.
Yep. So, they're just baiting that op. They have to know he has the op. It's so hard. Let's see what happens here. Looks like they might be staying on this B. So there's like and they have just the Cypher on A for defense. So that's a pretty packed site over at B. I think a smart move might be that rotation. It looks like they might be starting to go over there to try to clear out that A site.
Here Takio won and Localify against Takio. That was a trade-off that you want to watch. Takio, Localify, and Redo was actually in there as well in that fight, so that one's fun to watch. As they were able to get out, and Localify now after getting the kill was able to plant that spike, and it'll be even terms here as it'll be the defense now looking to come on the attack and try to get to that spike.
Got a 4v4 here. Ooh. Be an exciting one. See, it's a slow push back onto site. They're just holding their angles. You know, the cool thing is once you get that spike down, you as the attacker turn to the defender. Right now.
Last player standing.
Boom!
It's an all-out frenzy to try to get across to it. Tiger trying to fake it and still get it. Boom, able to get one on it. Nicely done.
The C4 jumping to the ult usage, and then he defuses. He does it all right there. That was incredible.
Boom, nicely done there for Thanos as they are able to take that round 11-9. So technically 2 away from the win. However, of course, we're playing out the rounds. So they will look to accomplish that. I mean, even if you play this style, I mean, I still figure you get to round 13 win, and you're like, okay, well, we got the win. Now it's just an extra tie, right?
Yep.
So we'll see what develops here. But that's one of the things about these top-level players as well, because with Loki, Thanos, we're talking definitely tier 1 players, right? Immortal, Radiant players all throughout, including Lucalify, who's actually a diamond, but hanging with this lobby.
Yeah.
And you're talking about baiting the op and like trying to get the op to pop, try to get like one shot off because you hear it, and then it takes just a little bit of extra time to reload that weapon. So you jump out in the meantime while he's having to reload a round, and when you do, you get that advantage too. So even little tiny details like that are the reason why these high-level players have gotten to where they are.
Yep, it's just the small things they can think of, and usually the tactical play, it's just second nature. Then they don't really even have to think about it. It's just something scripted, I guess, in their brain. They can just think these scenarios through so quickly. It's just point and click.
They're just built. They're just built different.
What a headshot blitz!
Blitz nicely done on Wannabe. That was quite the distance on them as well. Tiger recognizing they're coming through heaven, and a good job to get some support with their raise, coming over and helping out. Now it's Mom Miji, who is just playing mid. And Mama Miji able to go through mid, but able to pull up. Now it's going to be Lucalify, of course, the diamond amongst them. Also
30
a singer,
seconds
by
left.
the way, so. Keeping an eye on them for sure. They'll be just tiptoeing through mid now. We'll try having themselves, which you know has been a mistake in the past, so maybe not well communicated here, as this one's definitely, this angle has been tied down for a minute. Sure enough, get one, gets two, and we knew it was going to be a mistake to go heaven, and that's where communication comes in handy, but it's a flawless round for Thanos nonetheless.
Yep, and I know one of the clips we did see in this round that just happened was a Tiger kill up on heaven. The reason I bring that up, Tiger, of course, is another player I've talked to, and he is actually from out of the United States. He is, I believe, Puerto Rico, looking to go to the U.S. for school and some to further his education. That's another top caliber kid that I've talked to, and he's one of those that is very excited about this recruitment process. He's hitting me up almost every day. Hey, what schools can I get in touch with? Who can I show my skill to? What advice do you have for me? That's someone you definitely want to check out, because he's occasionally coming for your program, doing much more than just his in-game skill. He's one of those kids who will bring a lot more to your program. So definitely, if you're interested in reaching out about him,
that's so awesome. And of course, the U.S. territories, they're not technically a U.S. state, but still associated with the United States. I know a lot of players actually go to Puerto Rico. Although their internet's not the best out there, to be honest, if you're a
One enemy remaining.
like this man is, that just says a whole lot about you as well. So we'd like to see the drive behind it to want more for yourself. And I think that's really what highlights about Tiger and why he's so awesome as an individual to speak to. You know?
And it looks like Thanos is actually going to get that that scrim clutching round to secure that 13 win mark that you're looking for to make that majority of these scrims. But yeah, going back to Tiger, like I said, he's hit me up every day for new schools. What are some opportunities? Who can I talk to? What are the steps I need to take? And that's what that right there shows you how serious he is about this esports whole realm and how much he thinks he can do for him and how much he thinks he can bring to the esports.
That's so awesome. You love to hear it. That's what we want to see more of as well, is that dedication, because that's what colleges are looking for, not just on the gameplay. They want somebody who can really step out and do it themselves and try to figure out and carve a path for themselves. It's the whole point of college to begin with. So we like seeing it. Great job from Taki to pick out a couple. And Taki with third, and boom, able to come in and help and take that last one out. It was Wannabe, and Thanos able to get another round win.
That was a quick one, but yeah, kind of go back to what we're talking about, that those things you're looking for when it comes to college. Obviously, college is the step to that next level, your professional world. What do you want to do after college? And those skills right there, asking the questions, what can I do to do this? What can I do to make that next step, is what you want to see not only for college, but getting to that next level, whether it be professional or even working in esports or whatever you want to do. Those type of skills are something you're looking for, where he can bring more to your program than just the in-game skill.
Definitely. There's no doubt about it. So, we definitely have a good one here to finish off on for the first half. Of course, don't go anywhere. Eventually, after this match, we'll go to a ranking and come back. But this is such a good last game to come out to and watch to see and check out because the players' talent here. As now the push is going to be ultimately successful for Takaji. Able to get a few there. 3 and a flawless victory for Thanos. And they're able to pull it off.
Takaji pulls out the ult and it's just bang, 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 bang. Kill, 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 kill. The accuracy, and that's a great round. That's a great finish to the series there.
Yeah, that was awesome to see, and some straight talent, and again, one of the reasons why that was so exciting to see is that but both of those teams had such high level names, and that was the one that we didn't call as often, and still making plays. There was a couple of times where we saw Takaji come through on some certain scenarios, but he was definitely not the particularly the ones that we were keeping an eye on. And then out of nowhere, you see an ult that is ultimately successful. We talked about how important the timing of ults are, and I think that's what happened there. Well, we're gonna toss you to a quick break, but do not go anywhere. This is just halfway through. We have more action, Valorant action for you. We have more seniors to track. We have more colleges coming in to check out your gameplay as well. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the Spin Zone. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the showcase here on the Spin Zone. Alongside Beza, my name is Bearlight. We are glad to be back with some Valorant action and watching some seniors and even some underclassmen take the maps and do what they do here on the Valorant side to show off to colleges what they're all about here, Beza. What's been your favorite part of it so far?
Well, I think my favorite part of everything is that we're doing this in a scrim fashion. So it's going to be 24 rounds, just give everyone an equal split of attacking and defending so we can really see kind of a fair trade of, what may be one player's top skill, if they're better on defense, better attacking. I think it's probably one of my favorite things is we just see an equal chance for both teams.
Yeah, and when we have, there's been a couple of situations where they've reached the 14, 15 round mark. But for the most part, it's been pretty close. You owe us a dance here, Beza.
Yeah, so I did say earlier that if we got a 12-12, I'd pull out a little dance move, and I believe we got a 12-12. So I'm not going to do it now. Stay tuned. Maybe on the Instagram, maybe on the Twitters. We'll see it. But let's hop into a match real quick, and we're going to hop right into Loki versus Iron Man on Ascent.
Oh my goodness, sounds great because this matchup is about to be insane. We saw Loki just as a quick refresher, Localify on this team. Redo, also very solid sophomore, by the way. But Localify, the senior on this squad. On Iron Man, again, just to refresh your memories, Premzy on that side, but a couple of transfers as well as Rip, Koziaks, and Recurs have been really solid. But that's Wannabe with the triple kill to start things off.
That was a quick three right there. You don't really see that too often on Ascent. You don't really see the quick triples. You see, maybe a quick pick or two, but with the peeking corners, you don't really see three that quickly. And what a round! It was a blink of an eye.
Yeah. Don't blink if you missed it. It was solid work as they took away the chance for the ace though from Wannabe, who was definitely making things happen with some magic. But Mamiji, it's so impossible to not to say it that way. So. But coming up big with that one, so it'll be Loki with the 2-0 advantage here in Iron Man. Again, maybe this map, like we mentioned before, does favor the defense a little bit. Of course, we said that multiple times already, I know. But sometimes when you say it a lot, it's true, right? Cliches can always be true. And right now, I think that's why Loki has the advantage. Iron Man having all the talent that they do, I'm not really concerned as far as where they're at right now.
Yeah, it looks like we actually have a very similar lineup here on both teams. The only difference is one has Cypher, one has Killjoy. Other than that, the agent's the exact same. You got Arena, Omen, Jet, and a Sova. So I'm excited to see who truly shows they're the best with the character.
And Sova brings so much intel as well, which was actually one of the original agents too. So with the bow and arrow status that you see, and you'll see a lot of cameras go up as well to kind of locate where the opponents are. But we see Rip getting one of the kills. Here's Rip's perspective right now. Also a transfer, as we had mentioned previously. So maybe looking to be picked up elsewhere, go back to school, or rather find another school to pursue, as well as it's going to be Koziaks taking out Mamiji, and that'll be an attacker's win, so finally they get on the board.
Koziak saved the Omen right there. The Omen had no idea that he had Bucky on his head. Luckily, Koziak's popped that corner, and I'll play defense for you, sir. I got you. Get down, Mr. President. I got him.
Love the reference. It was insanely awesome. So we move on to the next round here as Iron Man, again, an incredibly important way. One thing that we haven't touched on a whole bunch is Econ, and that'll help out Iron Man because one more round and Loki would have had a clear advantage. But we also want to make sure that you are aware that you can follow the games that you would like to. Type in !schedule in chat. That's !schedule in the chat, and you can check out which streams are playing the one that you want to tune into, right? If you are enjoying the Loki Iron Man matchup, you can see all of the matchups and what stream they'll be in. It'll be twitch.tv/intelspin, and then the number that you want to see. So all of that information is listed in the link that comes up when you type in !schedule.
Also, we had a Reyna user ult in mid. Let's see what the push is here. Maybe they're coming back over to A. Looks like that is the play, possibly. Let's see. Trying to figure out who actually has the spike right now. Looks like the Omen does have the spike. Looks like he is most likely going to be pushing on site. Try to locate him on Oh, actually, the Omen is down, so the spike is also down right now on the A site. And look there, the attackers get the dub.
From Evan as well.
Sometimes you don't even need to plan, just kill them all.
Sometimes it's as simple as that.
Yep.
Right? Because this reminds you of like a CSGO, right? With Valorant in general, when it came out, it definitely will attribute to that type of skill, but you add in those abilities as well, and you get something new. We have Hulk and Venom now for you in the showcase on the main stream, so we'll check out in these two rosters and see what we're looking at. Of course, with these teams that we've seen before. This Hulk team, it consists of Neko, Echo, Striker, Narwhal Army, and Skis. And then on Team Venom, it's Crumbly Rhino, Luca, Theft, Sludgy, and Hedra.
And it looks like this Venom team is actually a younger team. Majority of them are class of 22, 23, even at 24. But we do have a senior in Luca. So let's see how he performs. Hopefully, we can get some scouts on him as well, because he's ready to go to school and he wants to take his talents to that next level. Here in this lobby.
Yeah, Neko is on Team Hulk, is actually pretty much committed to a school. So congratulations to Neko. We definitely have to say that first and foremost. Striker, the other senior as well, is looking to try to find their place too. So maybe they'll be able to show off a little bit of what they're all about, their skill level, and
30
we'll
seconds
take it
left.
from there. Right now, it's going to be Venom, but taken out with the spike as well with Striker. Sledge able to get one, and now they can try to, as a defense, try to huddle around that spike and maybe not allow it to get picked up. At that point in time, the attackers are forced into your ballpark here.
Yep, we had a nice trade there, but
10 seconds left.
Plan, so I mean, maybe just play through here. But I know we mentioned the name. Congratulations to him. I know I mentioned a little bit earlier, but if you are new to the stream, Neko is actually going to be joining us for the Spinzone LAN event. You heard that correctly. We are hosting a LAN. LANs are back in Shenandoah, at Shenandoah University. He'll be in attendance. Yeah, it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be my first LAN. I'm excited. Can't imagine what it'd be like to be there as a player. So if you are interested, check it out. Head to espin.gg, find the events tab, and you can sign up for Spinzone. It's going to be held in Shenandoah University up in Virginia. So there's a lot of high caliber talent going to be there. Tons of college coaches and recruiters going to be in attendance. And if you've never played in the LAN, it's the best way, I'd say, to get recruited, because obviously you can watch someone play from home. It's not the same atmosphere as those big world championships or even the college championships when there's a crowd. Hopefully we'll get crowds back. Crowd playing in person. You really want that experience, and maybe it's the first time. I'd say sign up. It'll be a first for a lot of us. So it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, let's just see how it goes. Then we can maybe talk about it a little bit more later.
Yeah, absolutely. He-Dragon able to get one on Echo as well. Nicely played there. And now holding back as He-Dragon wisely gets the drone. That was coming. It's going to be in a tough place here as Neko able to get that one on E-Dragon after he had such a good run, but that'll do it for that run as Yikes is the next one to try to step in. Now, going around the corner, it's one, another chance, but unfortunately was not ready for that backup. You have to know that once you get one pick, or at least you're firing towards an opponent, that once you get them down, that's not necessarily the end of it. You have to be ready for somebody else coming and having their back, especially at this level.
Yeah, especially like you said, at this level, when you get to that higher level, you're usually not traveling alone. You're usually following up. So you're gonna at least get that trade, and what that trade does brings it from a 5v4 to a 4v4, and you're back on an even playing field. So yeah, definitely, you'll see that a good bit at these higher levels.
Yeah, absolutely. And so back to what you're saying about the LAN here at Shenandoah, it's so cool as well, the opportunity for me at least, because as an admin for the leagues that we put on for Stay Plugged In as we transition to more tournament level, but you still get such a connection with the students that are in the program itself. It's so tight and awesome that you get to see them in person and meet them and see what they're all about. Obviously, you get to speak to them on a regular basis. I know you do too. It's a great pick by Striker, by the way.
And that's what's so exciting, is being part of this.
You should run.
Employee levels, you get the relationship you build with these kids. You get to see, how much they even mature, and just the ones who play with them, how serious they start to take this. The fact that it feels like I have a personal relationship with these kids. But
Player standing.
The fact that we could have an LAN event where I actually get to meet these kids and see how they are in person and
Spike
see them
planted.
perform. I'm super excited for that.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think anybody denies that, as Narwhal Army gets a pick there as well. So Venom now kind of hanging with Hulk here. It's been really close so far. 4-3 now in this one. As we bring you more of the action here from this showcase. If you're enjoying, we're always open to feedback. Please let us know what you think about the showcases, what you would like to see as well, because we love to hear and incorporate your opinion as well.
And also, if you're interested, if you're a viewer who's maybe not participating in this, these type of events, we're going to start holding more often. There's multiple different ways to get your entry. So if you are interested, hop into our Discord, message an admin, see what the steps you can take to get involved in these showcase events. Even these LAN events, there's so many exciting things going forward that you want to get in early so your name is recognized, not only us, but the recruiters and the colleges. So for those sophomores, juniors, freshmen who think, okay, I can push it back a little bit. Sure, you can say that, but the other sophomore, junior, freshman might get in front of that recruiter before you. You want to get in there as fast as possible and get your name recognized.
Yeah, that's definitely the most effective way to do it. I don't think there's any doubts there whatsoever.
I have the spike.
We continue to play on here.
Spike drop.
Facing off with Venom has been the current game. We'll move into another one here shortly, but into the action now as Spike going down. Now
Player standing.
able to get it down. Spike is planted now. The thing is,
Heavy push out of Hookah.
it definitely is, no doubt about it. Venom, nobody left. What are you gonna do?
I get a quick defuse here. You got them all cleared out. 5-3 advantage now. I think when you string together wins like that, Econ, man, one of the big focuses in this game. We're gonna hop right into Thor and Thanos on Ascent, and Thor versus Thanos. That's a serious
Spike
matchup
planted.
to what we've seen in the movies, right? Like that matchup happens in the movie.
Yep, so I think it was appropriately placed. Right? Yeah, there's no doubt about it. So now it'll be Soa trying to use their intel as well to try to bring up where they're. Oh, he gets picked off by Fonder there. So a great job here. Now it's gonna be numbers. Tiger able to get one, Rework able to gets taken down, but again it's a back and forth, and they'll be able to defuse that one easily.
Yep, and for anyone watching who's a little confused, why did Signal just pop off the spike quick? Why didn't it defuse? So, fun fact, if you are defusing the spike, and you get it to halfway and you finish the defuse, you actually get a point towards your ult. So he saw right there, he already had his ult. He didn't need that extra point for an ult. Hands off to a teammate who might be, trying to get his ult back, and it's an extra point towards his ult. So that's kind of why that's happening, and that might be something you could implement into your gameplay if you weren't aware of how that works.
I will go home and do just that because
Yep.
I had no
After
idea.
chilling in aim lab.
Yeah, after you go into aim lab, obviously there's steps that you want to have when you're grinding in your practice, and the first one is obviously aim lab number 1. Exclamation point aim lab, bring it up in chat. Show what they're all about. If you play FPS in general, you already know what it is. So we're very thankful to have them as a sponsor as well for this. So now it'll be Thor. It's chilling back here. Looks like they're getting the defense here. They are down to 1 here. And again, a map that favors defense. We'll see what they can do. It's Kaji. His name late in their last matchup. And again, being semi-effective here, we'll see if he can go back to work, basically.
Close that door on B site, and they're going to try to get that spike down. And I know I've mentioned it in previous streams, but something cool about Valorant is each map kind of has its own little attribute that makes it different. For example, Ascent has these doors you can jump into the site. Bind has teleporters. Split has zip lines, but also icebox now as well. Each map has a cool attribute, so it adds to kind of the play style of the map. And as you can see, now they have B site security. You close that door, and it's an enemy point that is now closed. In order to open it, you either shoot through it or go around it. So if you're shooting through it, it gives away your location.
One enemy remaining.
Playing team or defending team.
Akamai able to get a couple picks as well. Here's Nightmare, gets one as well into Kaji. And now they will be left to defuse it themselves. And of course, like I said, the strategy's coming to play. Here it goes again, and they're able to pull this one off, and even things at 2.
Looks like the Killjoy was just one off her ult, maybe just a couple. That Killjoy ult is very important if you're trying to hold a site or push into a site. Because like I said previously, if you put down that ult, there's a certain area that you're in a detainment zone where you could get trapped if you don't leave within a certain amount of time. So it really does wonders to clear the site.
It really does. It's one of the many strategies these players come in with. And they get creative the more you go up the ranks here too. As we take a look and a refresher at Thor versus Thanos and their lineups here too. As Thanos, it's again Takio, one of the big guns. Will be a senior next year, so still plenty of time to develop there too.
Our
And
spike's
actually one of the
down.
lower ranks, actually the lowest rank on his team, although has been such an effective player on the front. It's really Boom and Blitz who are taking an eye on.
Standing ahead.
As they are the two seniors, and Tiger as well, like you mentioned, from Puerto Rico, as the transfer.
Yep, and on this Thor team, we do have a senior as well in Nightmare, and then Sins is actually a college transfer. So both of these guys looking to take their talents next year to a school. So if you're interested in talking with them, feel free to hit us up in the chat, and we can put you in touch and get this process moving.
Take their talents to South Beach if they want to.
Exactly,
LeBron James reference there for on those at home. Basketball fans
have
are
the spike.
Kaji. Getting back. I think that the spike is there. And then as well, Takio, we know how effective he's been on the frag, so he's going to kind of backtrack here and take it to this A site.
30
as
seconds
now
left.
all players converge onto A. Past the corner, and Sin's able to take out Takio on that one. It's great reaction time on this. Now Takashi waiting,
player
and
standing.
Sin's able to take out as well. Tiger gets one, but Rework comes through with the support, and the defenders win this one too. It's Thor up 3-2.
Yeah, I do like that play that Takio had, hopping up on that, not even sure what you would call that, but he hopped up on a place you don't really expect to see people. You hop from heaven up there, you come out in heaven, you're looking on the ground, you're scanning the ground, you don't expect someone to be up that high, but unfortunately wasn't able to hit the shots, but I do like that play there.
Yeah, some of the agents you can use to their advantage. Obviously, I don't believe that was the Jet, but the Jet can get up into places that sometimes you don't expect. Her movement is incredibly effective if you can use it correctly. So, again, that's one of the many things you have to take into consideration as well. As now it looks like an A push here for Thanos here. Basically.
Yep. So let's see how this plays out. Looks like it's definitely going to be an A push. Let's see if we can watch the map, see how quick this rotation comes over. Looks like that Phoenix is going to stay on B side.
Here.
Everyone else is rotating to play that defensive role. And here goes that.
Spike planted.
Enemy. That's a nice sober throw.
They know exactly what it is. Multiple angles, even though they're close together, they're still covering their senses, right? So great job to stay close by for support, but also being aware of where they might strike from next. Now spike down here, and now it'll be up to Thor to try to come into it. Now one taken down. But look at them push together to try to take this. That's the way to do it. We weren't able to take
One
one out as
enemy
well.
remaining.
There's Nightmare with another one. Now just the Reyna left, and she's underneath. She gets taken out, and that will be the end of the round. Thor able to take advantage of this.
That honestly is that's a beautiful team play. You know, like I said earlier, they had the Phoenix over on B site. Were they going to wait for the push? They did push into the team and took it back and got the round dub.
And now into Spider-Man versus Ant-Man. We move you on to the next one, as this one's close as well, based on 9-6 advantage of Ant-Man here, who are going to be on the defense, and so continuing to be with that advantage.
Yep, and like I mentioned about the maps and their attributes, so this is bind. This is the one that has the teleporter. So that door he's looking at right there, that's a teleporter entrance point, or an exit point, actually.
You should run.
But those teleporters are used for quick rotations. But looks like we do have, this is actually the Killjoy ult I was talking about as well. So see that little sphere, what would you call that, big dome exit before you get
One enemy remaining.
So that's definitely a very important.
It is. As Vinny gets one on arcade here. Now continuing the spike down here, so it'll be quite the uphill battle for Ant-Man. So Spider-Man inching their way closer here in this matchup, but they still have a little bit of time left. I don't think there's going to be much accomplished here from this Reyna or Benny. I'm not sure why they're pushing so hard in this one. I feel like I would just kind of backtrack on this. You're outnumbered for sure.
Seems like a safe round, and I don't think he realizes he's there.
Oh, and taken out because of it. That's why you have to be. Even though typically with Arena, her abilities are strictly utilized whenever you win a trade, right? If you're able to get a kill, that's when her real true abilities are felt. And so you're confident, right? That's going to be like a top fragger is going to use Reyna because of that, right? Because you have to get a kill to utilize any of her abilities to begin with. So you're confident But are you 1v3 confident? You know, you kind of have to make those decisions, and I think that was a poor one in my opinion. But you move on, you keep on grinding. I see why you do it, because you are such a top fragger, and maybe you want to take out 1 or 2 opponents so that their econ's hurt instead of and their econ's hurt. So.
Here is that ult. Very aggressive push onto B. Oh, through the blind. No Reyna on Reyna Prime. See what happens here. That's a super aggressive, and he's going to CT up. Oh, he's line up right there.
There's no way. Yeah. Kind of cornered there on that one, so they're able to take him out, and sure enough, we play on where Camden is outnumbered again. Spider-Man doing making good use of the situations presented to him right now.
Yep, and I do like the play from that Reyna there of at least being aggressive, but I think in that moment you have to realize your team is on site and planting, so now you just play a little defensive role. But I can't alter at all. That was a quick
last player
to
standing.
take control of site.
No doubt about it. Oh, down and Crazy able to get one on, and Grandma's Pickles. Coming back in with a brilliant name that Basil loves so much. And now it's going to be a 1-on-3. And I don't think Crazy now. He does not have the ult, so doesn't have the ability to res anybody to make it a 3v2. So instead, with low health as well, low HP, they're just going to let this one play out. See, that's probably the right decision in that situation. You know that you have to pick your battles, and that was not one to beat.
This could potentially be another 12-12 here. This one's looking really close, 8-9.
Another dance move, you say?
It's possible. We'll
okay.
see where the night takes us. But so far, one is promised. So we'll be seeing that in the coming days.
I try to get you to fall for it, but it was not to be. So we move you into Spider-Man versus Ant-Man now. So this one has been a good one so far. 8-9 again. So like you said, 11, maybe a 12-12. We'd love to see it with these scrim rules. It's Crazy behind the stage wall right now. We'll have to just toss it up and over. So back, Mischievous doing what they do best, which has been get kill after kill. Mischievous has been really great. Has kind of found a confidence, kind of a stride here in this, and not only in the first round like we saw a majority of, but now here in round 2 as well.
The cool thing about this match we're actually watching between Ant-Man and Spider-Man is these are actually all non-seniors. So these are all either class of 24, 23, or 22. So you got your freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. So obviously as a recruiter, these you want to keep your eye on. For the years coming, the months coming at you.
Spike planted.
Line down with this
Last player standing.
Wait a second, I did interrupt myself. That was a quick 4K around there from the Reyna. Anytime you want to reach out,
One enemy remaining.
Feel free to hit us up and get a quick touch, and that way we can communication. Same thing to the players that get in touch with some schools. Hit us up, we'll put you in the right direction.
Yeah, Mischievous doing great. Listed as a gold as far as their rank goes, but you brought up a good point. Much early in this broadcast, if you weren't tuned in for it, that sometimes rank depends. You can play better than rank. I think that's a given. As we move into Wolverine and Storm now, so back into a place where we have a couple of seniors on this list. So we'll bring up the list just as a refresher here and see who we have involved in this one. We have Joe Shizzle as a senior, lone senior for Storm. We have Crazy and Rignor as well that we're keeping an eye on as transfers. And then for Wolverine, we have Emerald, who's been so strong in this one. And then
Who's that? Oh, it's Who. His name is Who.
Who is the name? Diamond 3 listed as a transfer from Connecticut, also maybe looking for a new place. So we'll keep an eye on them as well as we move on in this one. So Wolverine with the spike right now. Raze has it in hand. Still an even 5-on-5 on this map.
That shot with a Spectre from distance. It takes patience to not want to spray out. Great play there. We're gonna get another one.
Joe Shizzle with great anticipation there. So you must have had intel on that shot.
One enemy remaining.
Came through from out of nowhere and started tossing out rounds and was able to get one. But he gets bested by Emerald. But then it looks like Turkey jumped in, got the kill on Emerald, and will win the round for Storm. And they take that 2-round advantage.
Yep, that Reyna there on entry just did not want to go down. It kind of kept him caught up a little bit while he was able to turn, and maybe he fell to the guy coming out of the garage, but there was a nice trade there. So overall, great team play.
Bot coming back.
Great job to take advantage of that. And we have
Target
quite the
out.
talent coming as Valorant players to Shenandoah as well. So
Placing
to
alarm
see
bot.
a couple of these players in person,
Placing swarm
which
grenade.
I'm mega
Placing
excited
swarm
about.
grenade.
Yep, and like we said before, if maybe you're brand new to just watching the stream, you hopped in after we explained it, but we are going to be hosting a LAN event in Shenandoah University. You know, if you are interested, feel free to sign up. It's what we're welcoming anyone interested in going to college for esports, whether it be transfer or out of college or out of high school. So there's a lot of cool opportunities that we're providing, and this LAN is one of those.
Swarm grenade
So
out.
go to espin.gg, go to the
Bot
events page,
assist.
and get signed up and come meet some of us as well, and come meet some college recruiters and get your name out there and play in a LAN event.
It should be incredibly exciting for everybody involved. Parents and siblings also available to come for free and kind of course support, right? But also just check out what esports is all about, because sometimes I feel like this kind of misunderstood. What a pick! Nicely done. It was really in your face on that trade there. They were mono e mono, and but nonetheless,
One enemy remaining.
was another kill from Haley, it looks like, in Turkey, able to get one as well. So now Storm kind of pulling away with it. They Wolverine pulled within one, but since then it's been 2 in a row for Storm.
Yep, and a second ago you made a great point about parents and family being able to come free, and I do suggest if you are a parent and you are, you know, do happen to see a clip of this or something, this is a type of event you want to be a part of. Esports is kind of an up and coming world. It may not be something you're aware of, but think about it, like the generations behind you. It's something they really have a passion for. And as those generations grow up, you know, and they put more money into these things, esports is a growing industry. There's so many opportunities with it. And the fact that these kids can now, for example, we have kids getting full rides to school for video games. I know maybe not video games may not be something you're interested in, but I know saving money's got to be something you're interested in. So obviously these esports events are super exciting.
They're incredibly exciting. So we pull you into some new action. It is Black Widow facing off with Hawkeye in this next one. So back to this arrangements. We have the spike planted already. We have Eros that's down as well. Here's Sonic 2K watching from his standpoint. LED gets a pick as well. We know that he also a senior, but does get eliminated themselves. So now it'll be up to at least one kill. There's one on Raze.
2v1 here.
Possible. Sure, especially when that time's taken down for your spike. So we'll continue to just kind of circulate and monitor the distance. Oh, we gotta be careful with that op though. And we have the distance, but at this rate in time, I think the spike will probably be going off. I think he's got plenty of time, so we'll let this play out. Yep. Sure enough, a victory. You see it throw the weapon in the air for victory, and then the spike taking them out themselves.
Yep. And
That's
so,
good stuff.
and kind of go back to the previous point, the cool thing about what we're doing and how you can get more involved with esports as a parent. For example, our owner, Rick Suarez, he actually wasn't too aware of what esports was until he realized that his son, Nick, who's actually an employee here, was super passionate about it. So he realized, instead of like most parents and being like, you know, get off the video games, go outside, do something, he decided to invest his time into researching what is esports and what is my kid actually doing with these video games. And you know, he realized a lot of potential out of esports, and so he actually started this company. And his whole goal of this is making parents and esports can bring. Right there, we see a quick trade. It's a quick jet-on-jet crime as well. But a great entry play right there. But as parents, if you are interested in getting involved in esports, definitely come check out our events, and you can really see the passion it brings your kids as well.
Placing swarm grenade.
Either, although that's where the scholarships are right now, and are coming out. Colleges are coming out to provide scholarships for the players themselves. Now, I could say the same thing about my parents when I told them that I was going to be casting for esports. Yep. Right? They're like, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Like, you can be is it like Joe Buck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, well, I'm not that good. Yeah. But esports provided me the opportunity to do just that. So it's not just about being let's watch this exchange now in the meantime. But not just about themselves. But also just like you can be multi-talented, right? With photo editing, things like that. Thrifty around. Back to that. Here it is.
That was another name we're gonna recognize. Alohi, like I said earlier, he's in all those top 5. So
absolutely,
definitely a player to keep your eye on. Obviously, scouts, if you're interested in talking with these players, feel free to hit us up. We can definitely put you in touch and help you out with your recruitment process, and obviously we'll help these kids realize the potential they do have with esports. That's really our whole goal here is kind of get this esports realm, especially with the collegiate level, more vision and more opportunities, and really prove to everyone all the potential opportunities it has.
Yeah, it presents so many as well. Because you got to think there's multiple ways, like whether you be in front of the camera, whether you be in front of the screen playing, whether you be behind the scenes in making sure the production goes well. Like our great buddy Tails, aka Kyle, over there doing a great job running things, making sure everything runs smoothly. So, there's always a role for individuals here that have talents of their own.
Scanning ahead.
Now back to the action. Aloha gets taken out. Mara's so good at that rifle.
Flash out.
In AD, getting back here. Trying to get any kind of really outnumbered here. Yeah, it was a matter of time before Mookie comes in and takes the kill.
Oops.
The really cool thing about
Spike
these is
planted.
the exposure it brings you. Like these stream matches, the VODs that get saved that we can send to recruiters or coaches, anyone interested in it. And obviously all these events and these tournaments we're going to be putting on, the leagues we have been running, they're free to enter. And obviously if a recruiter sees you, they can reach out, and if they have your contact information, they can get a hold of you. But the best way is obviously we do offer a subscription program, which any school you're interested in, and if any school is interested in you, we can put you in direct conversations with those coaches and recruiters. So direct chats, direct opportunities to introduce yourself and ask questions about the program. So it kind of takes it one step above. It's kind of very similar to, I actually come from a recruiting background professionally. It's very similar to the process that we play this.
One enemy remaining.
To interrupt me real quick, symbolic with the double off to end the round. It's just right there. It's incredible talent in these leagues and so many opportunities for them moving forward.
That was a great note to end that sequence on that matchup between those two. Blackhawk able to kind of work back, but Wannabe gets the double kill. We moved over just in time to see that take place, and now Loki takes a 10-8 lead in this one, and we can start from scratch here, Beza, and watch this next round develop.
We have a bunch of tight matches in these rounds. These are definitely good matches to watch. We got a 10-8 here. I believe the last match was very close as well. So I don't know how many dance moves I'm gonna be pulling out, but I hope it's not many.
Well, I think the viewership would think differently. Yeah. So we will we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yep.
Loki on the attack now here, and now in the buying rounds, in the buying phase, we'll see Mamiji with the rifle. Thinking about picking up that orb, but the thing is, when you pick up those orbs that help out your ult count, right, it's also, you're going to hear it, right?
Yep.
So you could potentially give away your location, so it's so risky, especially early in the rounds when defense is looking to be a little bit more aggressive and maybe jump out and get a kill.
Yep. And it does actually look like this Omen just got his ult, so Localify could teleport to anywhere on the map right now if he wanted to. Looks like he probably would keep that in his back pocket for maybe a later round.
Yeah, because it looks like he's very aware of where the players be that are his opponents as he will try to work his way in. But
Very slow push.
I'll have to say, very, very patient with the attack from Loki. I mean, if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? You have the 10-8 lead, so you just keep doing your thing. You don't need to necessarily rush. And in fact, if you realize that a defense is playing a little bit jumpy, sometimes you want to kind of bait them out and kind of sneak behind them and do that. Rip a couple of kills and recurs with one as well. And look how and Rip finishes it off with a triple kill and the flawless round for Iron Man.
Yeah, that was a great trade-off right there, and those teammates worked off of each other real quick for a quick 2K. And actually, I think it was a quick 3K. They just ran through that team very quickly. So yeah, that's just there to prove their teamwork and their communication for those call-outs.
Yeah, I think we saw Loki with a great team push earlier, and now Iron Man with one themselves, so able to return the favor. Good to see. As we push late into these matchups, I don't think we've seen one-sided matchup yet. And sometimes with the showcases, you get ranks of all types, right? So it's kind of, it puts you in a place where it's like, well, we have to match up certain ranks with certain ranks that might be a lot higher than they're used to seeing. And it seems unfair at the time until you put them on the map, and then suddenly you see the lower ranks really performing. It's crazy to see.
And this Iron Man team is full of those upperclassmen, seniors, and transfers. So we have Primsy, 21. He's a class of 21. He's a senior. Also a Radiant. He's one of the highest ranked players in the game. He's a senior trying to take his talents to the next level. You have Rip, who's a transfer. And then we have Recurs, who's also a transfer. And then Koziaks, so he's another transfer for this Iron Man team. So it looks like this team is made up of a majority of either transfer or senior class athletes looking to make it to the next level.
Premzy at Radiant. That's insane. That is the top level if you don't know. And I definitely like to make their presence known. Koziak going to be the one to grab one on Wannabe and rip on Mamichi. Mamichi, of course. And now we push in, and that'll be an easy defuse as they'll let Koziaks get one of those all-important old orbs right back in. And a convincing 4-0 on the count of agents remaining on that round. So within one. Well, actually, that tied it is even here. 10-10. Busy, you better be careful.
I really hope we don't pull out another 12-12 because I just don't have the dance moves for this. We'll see. But for those of you who are joining late, wondering what we are talking about, I did say earlier in the cast if there was a 12-12 because we are doing a scrim style where each side gets 12, I'd pull out a dance move. But so stay tuned. That will be somewhere on the social media.
Oh yes, bound to happen. Most likely on TikTok, as Beza has been a fan of and has done a great job producing the social media in that aspect for Stay Plugged In. Now it'll be Rays with the spike here, because the Axe we're watching from their perspective. As Redo has been huge in the first round yet again. Not surprised. Redo is just a great fragger in general.
Yep.
Recurs gets one on Wannabe. Maybe another one. Oh, a triple kill. It looks like Premzy with the quad. Oh my goodness. We talked about how he's a Radiant. Gets 4 in a row there so quickly. Yep. Pop, 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 pop. And the quad kill from Premzy, showing off his skill as a Radiant, as a senior from Louisiana. And that'll definitely be a good place to switch over to the Thor and Thanos squad here.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Goodbye. Quick kill there from our boy Takio. Let's see if we can put together another one and go. You go by ranking, he's the lowest ranked alive, but he's making it clear he doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, and at Diamond 3, by the way, was a little bit lower than being in this position and still killing it. And we know why. He's definitely a fragger to keep an eye out on. Still a junior, by the way. Of course,
last player
Blitzy's
standing.
who we've been following. Tiger as well for Thanos. And then for Thor, of course, we're following Nightmares. Those are the seniors and or transfers that are looking for place. Sins has been so good as well, and I mean, a transfer himself on Team Thor. So let's continue to watch as he plays. In fact, Blitz able to get him though. A great job to kind of bring the caster curse upon me. Right? I'm not talking about him, of course. They go down by the hand of Blitz, by the way. Just a great senior.
I'm excited to see where he ends up because I know that's another, like I said earlier, he's one of those guys I've talked to that he has more than just his in-game skill. He's so passionate about esports, and he can bring to any university more than just in-game skill, whether that be
no more charges left. This goes here.
Outside when it comes to video editing or production, those type of things. Those are all skills that these players have, and these are the players. These are the skills we're trying to instill in all the players, just even outside of their in-game skill.
Definitely, it's all about being multifaceted in every single way. No matter what job you get, no matter what game you play, you have to have multiple skills. Just like in Valorant, it's not just enough to have one role that you play. Yeah, you want to there, but to have that as a backup, just in case. This too is, and combined with a great job in their pick on the only Takio. That's a tough one to get, and was able to win that exchange nonetheless. Here's Sins playing Phoenix so well, so far. But now, trying to fight that wall that they put up as well. Making sure the defense can't get through as well. That's a good block off too, but now still a 5-on-4. Again, another patient push here. 7 at least. As Kanji able to get one. Now Blitz able to follow up as well on Nightmare, but Rework able to get one back. It's on Blitz. Rework has been relatively limited in this matchup, but now the exchanges come through, and Tiger gets one as well to Kanji to follow that one up, and that'll do it for the for the attackers, and the defense will get the defuse on this one.
It is over.
They tried to hold it as long as they could, but when you have a full-on team push like we just saw there, it's really hard to defend that site, especially when you're lower on numbers. So yeah, great defending there.
So if you're on the lower ends of ranks, just keep that in mind. The push as a team is so incredibly important. I know sometimes you, it's very, it's such a strong habit sometimes, that a bad habit to form when you're in the lower ranks is to panic whenever a spike goes down and think that whenever you can get to that spike and try to challenge it, you should.
There.
And really, you should wait for some teammate, wait for some backup, and then push as a team. It's obviously effective. You see it right here and in play. So we'll move you on to Black Widow and Hawkeye next, as we have an 11-11 game, Beza.
Yeah, I'm excited, I say, but I do like seeing close matches. I just wish I hadn't made that promise. But we'll see how this match goes. And for those of you who maybe took a little bit of a break from Valorant and now you're back and wondering what map is this, so Icebox is actually the newer map they added. A month or two, I believe. But it's a new map they added. As you can see, it also has the zip lines, very much like a huge map. It's like a huge map, kind of has its key attribute. This is now seen in two different maps.
Symbiotic with a pick from the off, that was incredible. Yeah, this Icebox map is really complicated too, isn't it? Because there's multiple places where you can get to the same spot, but there's like 3 different ways to get there.
So I know obviously you can be with a bunch of different entrances. You take that tube up the kitchen over to the site. But yeah, this is definitely a newer map, and so obviously people are trying to figure out what the meta is here. Still, even though it's been here for a couple months, but it's definitely cool to see these top level players and how they adjust to these new ranges and new maps.
I feel like A is much more less exposed. It's definitely well covered from multiple angles, so it's definitely the place you want to plant, in my opinion. I feel like B is easy to get
Match point.
Plus, I feel like it's elevated on B as well, where you have to get the plant up top or at least around that area. So it allows you to be more creative the more obstacles you see in a map, and Icebox has definitely been able to incorporate just that.
Yep, so Icebox is a map where you can actually plant in one of the little container units where you can actually plant up top or down low. So there are multiple different levels where you can plant on this map. So lots of cool strategies to try to win on the attacking side.
Shadows traveling. Cover going out.
With the effective smoke that we saw in the last one here, it's tougher to beat at the A bomb site here on Icebox, as it's well covered here from the defense. I guess it's Black Widow looking to plant right now, it looks like. So they did a good job to take over and force the defense out and the side now. They'll need to get the plant off eventually, and I think they're faking it right now. There, it's gonna go down.
So maybe now it's like maybe.
Last player standing.
Yep, like it. And
Defenders win.
quick run through. So it looks like we're not actually running scrims for that. Oh no, that was 24. So 13-11. It looks like we are going to do the scrim fashion at 12-12. It just happened to work out where they got to 13 as the final score. So no dance for me. Let's go.
Nicely done. That was such a good way to finish it too. That was incredible to see that push late, and it was before the spike even went down. It looked like it was just a quick push. Again, team pushes are something that we've been preaching, and it's for a reason, right?
Yep.
It's because close. So this one's close to wrapping up too. It's Thor facing off with Thanos. Just a few more rounds in this one as the buy phase is complete, and we'll see what Thor can do when they push here. It looks like they're lined up on B here, Beza.
Yep. So let's see this. This is gonna be an aggressive.
They will go.
Onto that site. Let's see how this plays out.
Carrier's dead.
Yeah, we got third person. Oh, they're trading ventures, but they are actually already on.
Last player standing.
If we take them off site, so they are no longer on site. A quick defensive play right there.
Yeah, they said, oh, they're on site? Nah, no longer. Thanos now. Gets one wanted peek there. On the stairs, and gets another one up. Boom! That was incredible through the. Oh my goodness, through the little doorway. Both times with such a tiny window to strike it, and absolutely able to accomplish
And
it.
he needed the headshot there, as you saw that jet kind of dashed away. So he needed that shot pretty much instantly. And he hit the head, and as you can see, it worked out for him. So here at 10-11, we got another close match. Let's hope it doesn't go 12-12.
Takahashi up at 24 and 14 right now, 14 and 9, I believe it is. That's incredible numbers right now. So making the most of their opportunity here in the showcase as we continue to do SPINzone style here in Stay Plugged In Studios. So we work down to the final bits and pieces that we put down.
Joke's
As
over.
Thor and
You're
Thanos
dead.
look to finish it up. Blitz able to get one. Takashi able to follow it up with a double kill now. So now it's down to 5v2. It's gonna be difficult, especially now Aquaman's
Last
got
player
that
standing.
off. So trying to backtrack on it. The op.
See, right here.
Oh, Blitz able to get back regardless. So the flawless round from Thanos. You wouldn't even imagine that Thor is down because of the way that they played that round.
Yeah, I know Blitz had a quick 3K round right there, so great showing by him. I'm excited to see what happens in this next round. Obviously, this is the majority clinching round, so if Thanos were to win this, they would have that 13 round majority where they do secure the technical win on the scrim. But let's just see how this next couple rounds play out, and lots of exciting things to see here. I believe this is the last match of the night, correct?
Correct,
so
yeah.
we'll see how these last two rounds
Get out of
of
my way.
the Valorant
My ult's not ready.
observe and see. Boom right away with the op. Looks like that was on his side, I believe.
Cage triggered.
Oh, Takeo takes one down.
Last player
Trade
standing.
rounder. Let's see. The ult comes out by Akami. Oh wow! There's that round clinching or majority clinching win. It was a nice effort there by Alchemy, but just couldn't hold on with that ult. He's gonna fall right there now. 13-10 advantage of Thanos.
Yeah, and that was the perfectly timed ult as well to try and give yourself the best advantage there, but the numbers were definitely against them, but a valiant effort nonetheless. A Valorant effort nonetheless.
A Valorant
we did it. Valorant effort
This
nonetheless.
guy's funny.
And but not able to accomplish the round nonetheless, so that's unfortunate for them. As we continue and move on to the next round here, this will be the final one. You will be able to take Thor versus Thanos. Or trying to get one back. They just technically won here. Sin's able to jump out quickly. Now Blitz with a kill themselves on Sins. Waiting for it. Rework able to get one on Blitz. It's a quick push here, kind of a back and forth trade early in this round. I think Thor says, hey, we lost it from a technical standpoint, let's just go for it, right? We might as well show off our bragging skills. But Taki able to get one, Fonder able to return the favor as well. Now planting is Fonder.
Spike planted. One enemy
Other team to
remaining.
come to them. Tiger gets one, with the Silva able to get that flare off as well to try to track down the rest of the pushing squad. Enemy. Now trying to get to it. Fonda, it's Fonda. Can he get through to it? This will be the last exchange around the corner. And that is going to clutch from Fonda, and they able to take one. 13-11 the final in this one. And Thanos able to take the victory from a technical standpoint. But Thor gets one back, maybe for bragging rights, I guess. So it is what it is. But we saw such talent here, Beza, tonight. It was such a pleasure to cast along with you, my man.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. And while the games may be over, for your recruiters, there's more information you can be getting from us. So if you are interested in reaching out about any of these players in particular, you can reach out at info@espin.gg if you want to know how to get in touch with them. That's where to go. Also, if you're interested in the SPINzone, which we mentioned, go to the events page on espin.gg, get signed up, and attend a LAN, which will be my first LAN. I'm not sure if it's yours, but lots of cool opportunities we're having here. So if you want to sign up for that, head over to spinandoa.espin.gg. Bailey, I'll let you take it away.
Absolutely. So SPINzone, SPIN, like stay plugged in, ANDOAH.espin.gg for those of you. It's pretty tough to spell because we kind of created the name in itself.
Yep.
For all of us here at the Stay Plugged In Studios, we thank you so much for coming and checking out the showcase tonight. For all of us here at Stay Plugged In, we hope that you all have an excellent night. Have a good one.
Bye.